And it literally says she does not find favor in his eyes. And we'll come back to that. For he has found in her something obnoxious the JPS has. The Hebrew has ervat davar, a matter of nakedness, or we could do, I've done a whole teaching on that. I don't want to get into that. We will get into it a little bit. I'm going to read you some sources of how that's been interpreted. All right.
And he writes her a bill of divorcement.
Right.
A get. That's what we call it today.
In modern Hebrew, it's called a get. That's actually an Aramaic word. I'm sure it comes from some other language, yeah.
What is the word here?
Sefer kritut, a document of cutting off. So this document isn't for him, it's for her. It's so when she goes with another man, he can't say she's cheated on me. Let's bring witnesses and have her executed. She's living with another man as husband and wife. And she says, but I got this piece of parchment, this piece of leather actually probably, that had originally, right? I've got a document that says that you were setting me free. And the word for divorce here is set free, right? It says, and he will put it in her hand, vishilacha mi beito, and he will set her free or send her away from his house. When Noah sends out the bird, it says the same word, shilach. It's the PL form of lishloach, to send. Shalach, the lamed is doubled in biblical Hebrew, has a little dot in it. So to send away, it's set free. Go free, little birdie. She's being set free from his house, right? So that's the part that implies that he has to give her a place to live. Otherwise, they're not married. There's other passages like that too. All right, go on.
She leaves his household and becomes the wife of another man. And then this latter man rejects her, right?
And it says he hates her.
Oh.
So the only grounds for divorce, according to verse 3, for the second husband at least, is he hates her.
That is profound.
Yeah.
Writes her a bill of divorcement, hands it to her, and sends her away from his house. Or the man who married her last dies. Then the first husband who divorced her shall not take her to wife again, since she has been defiled.
And just to be clear, what that means is she has been defiled for him. She can marry some third man, just not him. The first husband is defiled. She's defiled as far as the first husband's concerned. For his purposes. So it says
here disqualified for him.
Sure. It's literally hu tama'a. She has been defiled.
Or that would be abhorrent.
So abhorrent means it's something despised. So that's despised by God. God hates a woman who remarries her first husband after being with another man. So God does hate a certain part of divorce, but not divorce itself. What God hates is if you go back to your first husband after you've been married to another man. God hates that. I didn't make that up. That's what it says there. God said that. I mean,
you must not bring sin upon the land that Jehovah your God has given you as a heritage. So is it that he doesn't hate the woman or the man? He hates that specific thing happening, right?
He hates the remarriage. I mean, think about this. God, if you take it out of context, God hates marriage. Well, no, only marriage of a divorced woman who's been married to a second man to go back to the first man, right? So that's the part so God doesn't hate divorce. He hates remarriage, right? Only if she's been with another man. If she hasn't, she could remarry him 40 times, right? Jeremiah uses this as a metaphor. So if we really want to put the full context here, we should read Jeremiah 3:1-14.
So I just want to be real clear.
Yeah.
For everybody listening.
Yeah.
So it's not that he hates divorce, and it's not that he hates remarriage. He hates remarriage to the same guy you divorced after you've been with somebody else sexually.
That's correct. That's what he says. That's what it says in Deuteronomy 24:1-4.
Just want to be
clear. And now
Jeremiah
uses that as a metaphor. So let's read the metaphor. And this is obviously based on Deuteronomy 24:1-4, right? Jeremiah is assuming that you're familiar, at least maybe not with the exact quotation, but you're familiar with the content. Otherwise, Jeremiah doesn't make any sense otherwise. It assumes that passage in Deuteronomy.
The word of Jehovah came to me as follows. If a man divorces his wife and she leaves him and marries another man, can he ever go back to her? Would not such a land be defiled?
That's exactly what we just read in Deuteronomy 24. It defiles the land. It's literally, it's a paraphrase because he uses the word chanaf instead of lahachti, right? He uses a different Hebrew word. But it's obviously based on Deuteronomy 24, which is really interesting because there's some secular scholars who don't believe Moses wrote the Torah who say Deuteronomy wasn't written until after the exile. But obviously, Jeremiah had the scroll of Deuteronomy in front of him, or he was familiar with it. That's clear as day. Like, just even from a purely objective perspective, right? Jeremiah is familiar with Deuteronomy. His other passages in Deuteronomy he quotes. Anyway, go on.
Now you have whored with many lovers. Can you return to me?
Okay, by the way, we did another teaching where there's always not always, but there's often a mashal, a parable, a metaphor, symbolic language, and the nimshal, the thing in reality it's referring to. The mashal here is a woman who's divorced and then wants to go back to her first husband, and now the nimshal is Israel. Israel has committed adultery, meaning in this case, Israel has worshipped idols.